guys, how are you? Hi, everybody. Time to talk hot topics. So today we're going to talk about Wendy Williams. Now, calm down, people. Calm down. You're saying, Sharrell, you've been talking around her for the last 2 weeks. I know. And it's not going to stop anytime soon. It's so many twists and turns in this story. It's insane, people. So we're going to start with Wendy, and then we're going to finish with the Kanye Kim thing. Kim's single, but not quite officially divorced just yet. Okay, so let me get into this Wendy Williams story. So it's been reported, it came out yesterday that Kevin Hunter is filing for divorce. I've had a busy day. Is suing Detmar Mercury, the production company. Now, let me go over what happened again. So I told you it is a huge inner war going on. So a quick update of what happened. So it was Wendy went out on sick leave. She did stop talking to the production company, but was still getting paid for it. They would ask her to do snippets for the show, like updates, anything. She refused to talk to them. They have not seen her, the production company. Then all of a sudden this tape comes out on her on the beach, and they got upset, and because they couldn't get in touch with her, and all of a sudden she gives this tape on the beach. At the time they were believing the tape. No, I got to back up. Before that, it was Detmar getting upset, tipping off Lori Schiller to hold the money and have the things held in the bank because they were not seeing her, and also they were upset because they were paying her and she was not contacting them nor working, trying to get all this in because it's crazy. Then after that, the tape on the beach came out. They got upset. They can't technically fire Wendy because she's out on sick leave. So what they were going to do was wait for her contract to expire in September and then not renew the contract. Okay, so and this is why they got upset and they wanted to really cut ties. So they didn't say that Sherry was officially hired. They announced Sherry as being a permanent co-host, which is going to save them in this lawsuit. Then Wendy's side gets upset. So then Wendy fired. So it's so much. So then they released a statement when they announced that Sherry was going to be the permanent co-host, saying that Wendy was moving on and she was happy with everything that was going on. And then Wendy came out and said, I didn't make that statement. My publicist made that statement, and I did not tell him to make that statement. Come to find out, the publicist was working with the network because they really want Wendy to come forward because they're worried something's going on. And also they want to know at the end of the day if they can recoup some of their money. Okay, so and all accounts are frozen. Then you hear that Kevin enters the picture. Okay, so now let me get up to date, and then it's all kind of press going on. Okay, so and right after they announced that Sherri Shepherd was going to be the permanent guest host, there was a rumor going around that Wendy Williams was going to sue the production company. So they're mad because they froze the money and nobody got paid, including Kevin Hunter. Now, I know some of you guys were saying, I think he's behind this. Oh, and he's getting more and more involved. Okay, so they wanted to they wanted Wendy in her name to sue the production company, but they can't sue the production company because she's out on sick leave. So either she would have had to shown up if you would have sued her in Wendy's name and fulfill the rest of her contract, or they were illegally allowed to keep it the way it was because they didn't fire her outright. They said permanent co-host, and this is to protect themselves because they're not allowed to straight out fire her. I hope this is a lot. I hope I got it on in. So Kevin comes up with the bright idea. I'm going to sue them instead because he's mad. He's mad because he doesn't have access to the money. And there's a problem that could alleviate all of this. That's Wendy coming forward, which leads me to believe that the rumors are true, because we hear that some days she's coherent, some days she's not. So maybe she is facing um, early stages of dementia, because some days they say she doesn't even remember who you are, who she's talking to, what's going on. So she's really not physically capable of returning to the show. But if you ask me, this is a money grab for Kevin. So he's trying to keep the illness under wrap. It's really crazy, okay? But anyway, he comes up with the bright idea to sue Deadmar Mercury, but that's not going to work. And he's suing them because he's saying that, one, that they stole some of his ideas that he gave to Wendy Williams, which would be the shoe cam and hot topics. That's not going to stand up in court because Sherry's show has not officially began. So you don't know what Sherry Shepherd's show is going to be like. So at this point, technically, they're still doing the Wendy Williams show, but bringing in different co-hosts to cover their to really make their argument even stronger. They have now brought back Michael Rappaport. This is it is a cat and mouse game, tit for tat. These sides hate each other. So that argument isn't going to work. He's also suing them, saying that they fired him because he divorced Wendy Williams. And you're not allowed to fire anyone because of their marital status. And that he was the one that negotiated the major deal between them and Wendy. That's not going to hold up in court either, because technically it wasn't the production company firing him, it was Wendy Williams. They did what she asked them to do. This is a complicated situation. What I think is going on is Kevin is trying to keep a hush on Wendy's mental conditions. Allegedly, he stepped in and took over because the son, what's his name, Kevin Jr., got power of attorney. And according to him, his son is too young to run any kind of business like that. So he stepped in legally to help. In the meantime, he's still engaged to Sharrell, bought her a big, huge rock. I think they said it was like, I can't remember. I don't have it. I have to show you the pictures. He still has his life with the wife. No, I'm sorry. You can't legally marry her either because the money will stop. He's still technically in love. These are the rumors with Sharrell, and they're happy raising their family. But he's over here running Wendy's business affairs because let's face it, Wendy is taking care of him, Kevin Jr. and Sharrell and the new baby Journey. So he's got his hands all in the pot. Now, don't forget, Deadmar Mercury didn't like working with him when he was working at the company, working for the Wendy Williams show. He's very controlling, demanding, and nobody really likes him. And I feel that so it was announced a couple days ago that Wendy Williams is going to have a big time podcast. Well, I think this is an attempt to make everyone think that she's okay. And this, in my opinion, is a final money grab on Kevin's part, because Wendy is not capable, according to the rumors, of working. If she was, she would have just came forward months ago to end all of this squabbling they got going on. But she's not. And why would you pretend like she's well when she's not? It's got to be a money grab. And he's all involved again. And I remember you guys said, we feel that Kevin's behind this. Do you guys remember you said that? Like, Kevin has something to do with this. He has all to do with this. Trying to pretend like Wendy's okay. If he could have, he would have sued them in Wendy's name, but he can't. So now he's mad and he's just trying to get some money out of somebody, because this lawsuit is not going to hold up in court. Because at the end of the day, it wasn't the production that fired him. It was Wendy Williams on her orders. And she even said it on air. She was like, when I'm done, I'm done. So when she realized that she was going to leave him and she wanted that divorce, she had security come in, pack it up, and leave. So they're going through a big cat and mouse game with the production company. But at the end of the day, Kevin's lawsuit's not going to hold water, in my opinion, if you ask me. It's a kind of a foolish thing to do. If something's wrong with Wendy, all good things come to an end. It's just over. Let her go out in peace. But this is a sad attempt for a final money grab, and it's not going to work, if you ask me. And still, at the end of the day, where's Wendy? Where's Wendy? Co-workers are concerned. The production companies are concerned. Her friends are concerned. No one has seen Wendy to vouch that she's okay and it is in good condition and has all of her faculties in place. Kevin is running that show. I don't know how that little bastard did it, but he's running that show over there, and he's doing the same thing he did when he was married to her. Trying to make everything seem okay. His hands is all in the money. He's still got a second family over here. That man cannot be trusted. And I'm sure that his son trusts him because that's the only other parent that he has. And Wendy's just not in a condition to run her company, let alone run her life. It's a lot. Let's move on to this Kanye situation really quickly. So Kim is finally single. Kanye tried every trick. This is so crazy. He tried every trick in the book to not let this divorce go through. He fired his attorney at the umpteenth hour. This is insane, people. Insane. This would have been his fourth attorney. He just tried to make everything really difficult. But the judge kind of dismissed everything and went ahead and granted that she was single. But the paperwork is what's tying him up now. Let me read it how it goes. So according to the reports, Kim's paperwork was not filled out correctly. Listen to why it's not filled out correctly. Point of fact, the only error was that the documents mentioned Kanye as Kanye West. So they filled out all the paperwork under the name Kanye West. That's what I thought his name was. No. False alarm. He has legally changed his name. I'm not making this up, people. To Ye. He is Ye West. So technically, they're not divorced yet. But Kanye, you can't keep pulling all of these old tricks out of your hat. It's over. And then right after it was announced that she was officially single, we can't say divorce till they change all the paperwork to Ye. I mean, when is the last time has anybody called him Ye? It's insane. He released this song, which I can't play today because of copyright, but you could see the images of him burying Pete Davidson. I shouldn't be laughing at this. I shouldn't be laughing. He is taking all of his anger out on Pete Davidson. But Kanye, you have to take credit for your divorce. Kim said she wanted to stay in the state. When you moved to Wyoming, he bought a ranch in Wyoming because he wanted to make it a musical haven for artists to come. And she was like, I'm not permanently moving my children to Wyoming. All of his, what would you call them, outbursts was hard to deal with. She also would go on to say that the whole Donald Trump thing was hard for her to deal with. Do you guys remember when he was supporting Trump, but doing it in a bizarre way? He went to the White House. He was just, I don't know how she stayed in that marriage that long. Now, is she moving on to greener pastures? No, because Pete Davidson also has mental health issues that he struggled with for a long time. He was open about it. He would go from manic to depression. He also said he has a personality disorder. So he seems to have a handle on it now. But for me, this is too soon for her to be jumping in another relationship. And then another person that suffers from the same mental illness that Kanye claims that he suffers from. So this is a lot, people. We got a lot to talk about today. Let's bring up the panel. Hey, V.
Hey, Sharrell.
Hey, Perry.
What's up?
Diva.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Diva.
I got my sponsor here. Hey, Todd, how are you?
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Todd.
Bye.
Todd, do me a favor. I'm going to start with you. Let's start with the Wendy Williams thing. Do you think something's wrong with Wendy? And why is Kevin all in the mix?
No. I think something's wrong with Kevin, not Wendy. First of all, Kevin is working at a place where his wife's name is on the moniker of the show. So that's on the door when you walk in. He chose to then go out and get somebody else pregnant, got escorted out after the divorce a week later, and now is still back at the trough wanting more after he's been put out. A lot of us would have hung our head out in shame and walked away if we got somebody else pregnant and we worked at our wife's show.
Yeah, I know. That has to be greed, doesn't it, Todd?
Greed and just kind of no shame.
Yeah.
No class.
Yeah. Steve, I know you got a lot to say because you were texting me about this earlier. Is he gonna win these lawsuits?
You know what? He's crazy. But now that a lot what you said, I really connected with. Like, this is his last money grab, and what a shame, right? And I think he's bamboozling his son, which is so sad. Like,
what do you mean? What do you mean?
Because his son got power of attorney because Kevin Sr. wouldn't be able to do it, right?
Right.
So his son got the power of attorney, and he probably stepping in talking about, I'm gonna help you out because this is a lot for you to handle. When he knew all along he just wanted to take control. Like, how this is dreadful. And I didn't know that him and Serena moved to Florida. This whole thing doesn't smell right, doesn't look right. It's not good, and I'm feeling so. I feel bad for Wendy. That at the 11th hour when you really need somebody, the only person you got is your swallowing, lying, stealing, cheating ex-husband to look over your affairs. And it's just really sad. And, like Ian said, you should be holding your head in shame. The security had to walk you out the building. And now, this happened in what, 2019? So here it is, 3 years later almost, or 2.5. Now you want to sue?
Yeah. Perry, you're over there laughing. What are you laughing at?
No, I mean, I think all of us this. Like, nobody can ever, well, I guess we can say he probably won't win. But like the thing is it's the motive. I think he's just trying anything at this point because why Wendy name is still on the show. Because when September comes, it'll be, Sherry's show, something different or whatever. It won't be Wendy. So he don't have nobody coattail to ride on any longer. So anytime you're going to make any news, you're going to have to do it now while Wendy name is still on that show.
Oh, okay.
I mean, so it could be a thing, and maybe he's hoping they'll settle, just because they don't want to deal with it. Have a couple dollars, right?
Yeah. And
he's talking about his marital status. I mean, hell, you the one changed that or set the course for it to change. So, I mean, and this happened 2 years ago. If you really was upset, most people, if you upset about losing your job, he would have sued, and he got fired in 2019?
Yeah.
Then he at least could have sued in 2020.
Yeah.
Right? He at least could have sued in 2020. Huh?
You're right, Perry. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, I mean, besides that, I don't really know. I think people are really using Wendy for whatever they can get out of her. And I can't say whether she's well or healthy or whatever. I mean, sick or anything. But nobody has seen her. But only thing we see is these people trying to benefit off her name. And maybe most of them can if she's not able to speak or whatnot. If she was able to speak and all this, maybe they wouldn't have this opportunity. But vultures do what they do.
Okay.
Is
this a money grab?
I think that we letting the most important thing go by, and that's his income. If no income from Wendy, no income for him.
That's right, V.
And if he lets that income go, Kevin probably hasn't worked in probably 29 years. He's starting back from scratch. No big fancy car, no big wedding ring, no big wedding. I mean, this is important to him because this is his income. He has to get Wendy back on her feet, or some kind of way where she's still bringing in the cash. Because after all, that's his income.
Dang, I didn't think about that. I knew it was a money grab, but I didn't realize a desperate money grab. And that's why we got to hush that she's not up to par to do her job.
Yeah, right. She's his cash cow.
This is so sad. This is so sad. Ty, what do you think is going to happen to Wendy? This is a lot.
Well, I'm not sure. You know, her ex-husband was claiming in the particulars of the lawsuit that he was the mastermind behind the show. You know, now meanwhile, this mastermind's knocking outside the door without a penny, but supposedly he was the mastermind. It looks very desperate. Furthermore, he's arguing a couple things that are opposite of one another. One, he says that he was an employee and was ushered out because of the divorce. The other, he's claiming he was the mastermind. If you're an employee, that's work product that you leave behind. All of your ideas and your different segments. You don't get to take those with you. So I think that he might be a little confused relative to how he's filing the suit. That's what I'd say about that.
Well, amen.
This lawsuit's not going to hold weight. It just doesn't make any sense. And he's saying that they stole his show idea with the shoe cam and the hot topics, but Sherry Shepherd's show has not begun yet. So they're doing Wendy's show. And they're allowed to do that. Do you see what I'm saying?
He want to prosecute before the crime.
Plus, he only has a little bit of time because in September, I think they said it was, the contract is done and they're not going to renew it. So he can't be fighting for something if she don't even work there anymore. So he's on the time. He's got a limited amount of time to get this stuff done.
And it's premature.
Yeah.
You can't claim that without the Sherry show. If the Sherry Shepherd show began and she did it the same format as Wendy Williams, maybe. It hasn't even begun. What are you talking about?
But you have a hard time hauling somebody into court saying that you invented hot topics. Good luck with that one.
But you know what? He's so arrogant because he said he won a jury trial. He want the people to decide about this situation. He arrogant.
Right.
But
you know why though?
Why?
Because people get emotional.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
More likely, Wendy get a lot of fans. So you don't want nobody just knowing the law dictating whether you're right or wrong. You want some other people who get emotional and can just vote for you. And you know.
That's true.
That's what I think.
Whole thing is sad because I really do think he's hiding Wendy for a reason.
Yeah.
Because if she just showed her face and talked, you know, this would resolve a lot, the bank stuff, a lot of stuff. Maybe she could have called in earlier and they could have gave her the send off, but she's not up to par, if you ask me. And I believe the rumors. Someday she'll talk to you like everything's fine. And then the next day she won't even remember who you are. And that sounds like the early stages of dementia. And we heard this for so long. Diva, you're a nurse. Did they say something? Do you guys remember a long time ago, there was a report that I think it was Tasha K that came out and said that they actually found holes in her brain. Do you remember that?
I do remember that. You know what? Everything right now with Wendy is speculation, right? But I will say this, the only reason why I believe those rumors, because the last season that she was on, Wendy would sit there and literally forget stuff, and Norman had to remind her of a lot. So they were helping her the last season of her show. You know, the company knew before the last season of her show that Wendy was coming in on a wing and a prayer. So it's sort of like shame on them. And I think, like you said, because they know something and they might have to end up giving him some money, even though the lawsuit is frivolous. Because why did they bring Michael back? I was shocked that I saw him on the show today.
That helps their case. That helps their case because they could say you were trying to replace her. And technically you did, you know, you use a technicality. So now they got to bring back some co-hosts, you know, to say, no, this is what we've been doing.
Right. Right.
So, but you're a nurse. Is there a test that you could take for early stages of dementia?
Oh, absolutely. There is tests. There's tests. There's everything that they can do. But I'm saying to Sharrell, even with us out having her medical records and her reports, we can come to a logical conclusion that something's not right, and that probably the rumors are definitely true, because Wendy is the type of chick, she would not let all of this stuff be going down about her and her not come out and say something herself. Even remember the last time when she was still in her place in New York and she was sick then, and remember she came downstairs and with a magazine in her roll just so the paparazzi can kind of take a picture of her, so she let us all know that she was okay. That's Wendy. Wendy will not be letting all these rumors go around about her not say a word.
And more than that, do you guys remember probably like the first 6 years, she would not let anybody replace her, even for a day off. They would just run a rerun.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You know what, though? I mean, both sides are messy. You know what I'm saying? And
you think the production company's messy for putting
well,
that
yeah,
on
I mean,
them?
but that it's normal. Like anytime you got a bad relationship, both sides probably end up getting messy. It's like anytime a contract go bad, it's a high possibility shit gonna get messy.
No, well, how messy, Perry, when they asked her just to make some appearances? They've been trying to work with Wendy.
Okay, no, I'm saying I get that part. I mean, like I don't really know that. I mean, everything that's in the contract, but yeah, they'll get a little upset at Wendy. They'll do something, bring a guest host, huh?
I don't think she's well enough to make appearances. I think if she was, she would have made an appearance or two by now. But I genuinely think she's not well enough to make appearances. But they're trying to, Kevin or whatever, Kevin, Big Kevin, and whoever he's working with, Tommy or whoever, are trying to make it appear like she's well enough to do all of this. But she's not.
Yeah. For 2 decades, Wendy, whether it was on radio, on the street, on television, there was not a microphone that lady did not like. Wendy had the name Talk in front of her show, and Wendy was known for talk. So to be gone a year and not be able to come out with a word, or in other words, to talk, and that was your whole thing, I would agree 100% with Diva that there's something, and V, there's something deeply, deeply wrong, and certainly looks like dementia.
Right. Yeah. And then going back to my point, what I was saying about both sides being messy, on one hand, yeah, it could be a medical thing on this side that's keeping that, but the production company got a show to put on. And if you can't really come to work, but then you got that person's camp coming at you, why is this person hosting? You know, things like that, it becomes messy. They want to dictate what you do, but not show up. Right. So I think both of them started to fight each other, just in my opinion. I mean, because the publicist came out and said one thing, she came back, well, somebody came back and said,
Kevin, it's Kevin.
That she didn't say it.
Yeah.
Right? Who gave him the right? So I'm just saying both sides, but I think the production company is doing things legally so that they don't have this backlash. Right. Because people can go back and say, oh, it's a breach of contract. It's no breach if the contract is over.
Yeah.
And when the contract is over, that's it. Contract was over. But right now, Wendy can go back tomorrow. I'm sure they'd be glad to see her come back tomorrow. Yeah. It don't mean they're gonna extend her show after September, because that's their choice.
V, how do we get Kevin away from this situation? How do we get Kevin away from Wendy?
Send him money.
Pay him off.
What do you mean? What do you mean, Perry? He already got that in the divorce.
Well, yeah, but the divorce was like 2 years ago, wasn't it?
Have you ever heard of anyone going back for seconds after a divorce, Perry?
No, but I'm saying money goes. What? He need more money.
I know, but he's not. Who's gonna Todd? Who's gonna stand up for Wendy and say, "Get away from her"?
Oh, right, Perry's right. The money goes, but this time now it's time for Kevin to go. Kevin has to go, and if you're the big mastermind that you are, if you're such a good caretaker, or even if you care about yourself, you are going to stop pathetically knocking on the same door that you were put out of 2 years ago. The ship has sailed.
Yeah.
And so although your wife's name still may be on the door. Your name isn't on the ship.
Right. Well,
What
not at all.
I also thought that this will be done with Kevin soon because this lawsuit's not going to hold water. And now he's leaking emails to Radar Online about the day that he got fired. What?
He's just trying to keep his head
you know
above
what,
water.
Sharrell? He's greedy and pathetic. That's just sad, right? And he has, what do we call Sharina? I don't know, the baby mother, the
Baby mama, yeah.
the baby mama, whatever the case may be. Remember, she opened a restaurant. He has to fund this. He has to continue to try to fund this lifestyle that he was giving her while he was with Wendy. So he going to turn over every rock, knock on every door, go under every bridge to try to continue to get money. And it's a shame because he knows that Wendy's not well and can't even say a word for herself. He doesn't care if he gets to suck Wendy's bank account dry. He'll do whatever he has to do to get the money that he wants. Shame on him.
What were you going to say, V?
I said, remember, he goes through money fast. He's got his new wife living high off the hog. The only way she know how to live with him, and he spends money fast, so he's got to make sure he keeps this income coming in.
Well, that's true. I mean, because once you get that kind of lifestyle, that's the part people, sometimes they forget, and you get accustomed to it. It is really hard to go from hot to not.
Right.
It's hard.
Right.
It's really hard. So, and you'll do anything to try to keep that lifestyle. But that lifestyle, I mean, he could have said, Wendy, this is how you walk to the stage. This is probably something you could say, but he never went out there and did it himself. He was like that little guy singing behind the curtain. You know what I'm saying? That was Kevin. So now what else has Kevin done? He said he got all these ideas. He's the mastermind. Why ain't he producing some other show somewhere else?
Here's the article that just came out probably about 20 minutes ago of him leaking the email and they say it in the title, to Radar Online. Everyone's getting tired of Kevin, but it's just a normal, your services are no longer needed and you have 48 hours to get off the premises, basically, is what it said. Yeah, he just wants to stay in the media, child. I can't. All right, let's move on really quickly before I start taking calls. Todd, why can't Kanye, or Ye, I'm sorry, his new name. Why can't Ye just get over this divorce? I get it. In the beginning, you're hurt, but she says to the judge, there's no reconciliation. Why can't he move on?
Can you imagine? You get to the courthouse, you're so excited, you're finally going to be single. I was trying to think what I would do if I got to the courthouse and on that day my partner had changed his name to Yo. We can't get to that.
That's crazy.
Heartbreaking.
Yo, I mean,
no, you know what though? I think the reason why too. Look, Kim got with him because he was a famous rapper. He got with her because she was famous too. So they both gained something from that, right? And the other people he's seen the date lately is not as famous as Kim. He liked this attention that he gets with Kim. And for a couple of years,
if he liked it so much, why did he move to Wyoming?
Well, okay, what happens? He became accustomed to it, right? And then that's when he'll take his trip to Wyoming, right? He'll just take off by himself, whatever. But I'm saying he got used to it, but nobody feel the effects until something is gone away. When Kim says she's leaving, that's the part that's killing them.
This is a case of you don't know what you got till it's gone.
Right. Right.
And he's so used to, with Kim, I think he's so used to getting his way. Kanye always, Ye always gets his way. No matter what, he gets his way. So now he's getting a divorce that he doesn't want, and he's trying to figure out how could he get his way with this. But you're not getting your way this time. Your way is out the door.
Ooh, V.
Bye.
If Dee was the judge, she would have granted the damn divorce.
Bye, yay.
Yay. If he changed his name to Yay. Andrea, what do you want to add to the conversation? Because this is crazy.
I want to ask this question, and this is something I don't understand. Maybe somebody can answer this. Wendy got a sister that's a lawyer, right?
Right.
Why haven't Wendy's sister or Wendy's father step in to give her some support, to help her, to talk to her? I would not leave my sister out there to be confused. Why haven't they stepped in to her?
Well, we don't know, but I do know this.
Yeah.
Every person I talk to and I ask about Wanda, and I think she was a school teacher, but people are saying lawyer. Every time I ask somebody close to the situation, they shut it down as if she wants no parts of it.
Right. Because nobody knows.
Go ahead, Perry.
I was gonna say, because really, at that point, nobody know what kind of relationship they have.
Mm-hmm.
And see, it's one thing if Wendy did her show and she was always on the front row seat, showing that she's with her, right? Maybe it could be something that she just always want to stay totally away from, and maybe their relationship ain't that close. I mean, not everybody trusts every family member with their dollar bills. You know what I mean? Maybe, something going on like that. I don't know.
Well, go ahead, Andrea.
And Kanye, let me tell you something. I believe when all this is over, I believe Kim gonna have to get the police after Kanye, because you know what? Y'all laughing. Y'all know how kooky Kanye is. Kanye is not gonna leave that woman alone. She gonna have to get the popo after him.
Oh Lord.
Well, he's moving across the street.
Watch your feet.
Andre, do you agree with V? Is this a big temper tantrum Kanye's throwing?
V, I agree with you. I'm so tired of Kanye and Kim. Both of them is crazy. Kim knew what she was getting into when she married that fool. He was cutting up before he married her. So she knew what his behavior was. Come on. She ain't that dumb. She got with Kanye to be back in the public eye to say, oh, look at me. I married Kanye. Y'all remember when they got married? It was Kanye and Kim. Look what they doing, Kanye and Kim. Now she want to run from him. She can't stand him. She calling him crazy. But baby girl, you knew that when you laid down there with him. Period.
Oh, well, yeah, you get a point.
But at the same time, she probably was excited to be with him because she finally ran into somebody that had more money than her.
Well, you know what, that sounds like she got with him for the wrong reason.
No, but you know what though? If y'all see the prenup, he didn't have more money than her at the time they got married. He did not. She had more than him. Yep. And they agreed that whatever they came in with, it'll be theirs. And then they had a shared bank account once they started to have the kids. His money came after. So he did not have more money than her when they first got together. I think they thought they was going to be the power couple, which they did become a power couple. And they became part of like the pop culture at the time. But she definitely knew that everything wasn't right upstairs when she got with him. So you got what you got, baby girl. But Andrea, I do believe what you said. She is at some point maybe gonna have to call the popo. I feel bad.
They did try to hang out with Jay-Z and Beyonce at first, till Beyonce just couldn't stand Kim no more. They did try to hang out with them at first. They tried to hang out with them as power couples.
Yeah. And Beyonce and Jay-Z didn't even want to have anything to be done with them because they knew both of them was cray-cray.
You have to admit there's cray-cray, there's crazy, and then there's Kanye crazy. Experiencing just to come to Kim's defense, not that she needs it at all from me, but she may never have experienced that kind of crazy before.
Yeah.
And he gives me kind of OJ vibes. I think Andrea is on something. And with his Pete Davidson, and so she might not have experienced that kind of crazy before.
But Seven Fox, this is what I believe. Kim been around us, that family been around us long enough to know what cray is.
You know, the crazy part about it, and look, I mean, I know I'm probably the only one on the panel thinking this. I don't think Kanye's crazy.
Yeah, you're the only one on the panel.
I think he's childish and love attention.
You're the only one
wrong
on the panel think that, Perry.
Look, for all these years, a crazy person would have done something crazy. No. I'm not saying just wearing the fireman boots and drawers or a bulletproof vest. I'm just saying, like, when have he went financially? Because he do stuff for attention reasons, you know, for free advertisement. He's a mastermind at that. We talking about him now while he's going through this divorce, and really, I feel that he do want Kim back, but he's just using us for all this so he can advertise his album or whatever else. But Kanye is not out there going to his banking account, opening it up, giving his money out to everybody. That would be some crazy shit to do. And he haven't. And Kanye, if he was so crazy, instead of staging a fight for publicity reasons, he'll be done did something crazy and went to jail by now, I would think. But he hasn't.
He crazy.
But you know what? This is what I believe. Okay, Kanye used Kim. Kim used Kanye. The family used Kanye. It's over with, Kanye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
But you know what? Everybody that get fired from a job leave upset. That same person could have told you 2 weeks prior, I can't stand this job. But as soon as they fired his ass, they leave and upset, feel like they lost something. That's Kanye.
Yeah.
All right, Andrea, let me get through these calls today.
Right.
Thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate it. Take care. Okay, bye-bye. Start taking callers. Hey, Buzz, how are you?
Hey, y'all. What's up?
What's happening?
Sound off. What you want to add to the conversation?
Okay, so first, about this Wendy situation, y'all shot me down, read me for filth when I said this lady is not in her right mind. That's why she didn't remember her mama was dead and her age. I said that was Earth Signs Dementia.
Oh, you did say that.
I did. Y'all was too busy reading me to listen.
Well, let Perry be the first to apologize. Go ahead, Perry.
Oh, I mean, did I say it? I mean, feel like I probably would have agreed with her.
No, it's cool. It's cool because that's actually, I probably took too long to get to my point, and that's probably why y'all was reading me. But listen, that's what I was trying to say. They got her on that beach in the hurricane, like Perry said, on a lucid day where she could actually communicate. Yeah. She wasn't all the way there, but enough to kind of answer some questions, and they put her back in hiding, and it's really sad.
Yeah.
This is really sad. And at first I was like, well, maybe, you know, she's not as bad off as we think, and maybe they're working together. But the more I said about it and thought about it and then listened to y'all, I'm like, nah, he's manipulating this whole situation. They ain't working on this together. He's taking advantage that she's not in her right mind.
It's sad.
And Buzzwell, you just said something that just made me think about something else. Now, this could have happened, about 2 weeks ago?
Mm-hmm.
You know, the hurricane and stuff. I mean, because like the hurricane winds will keep you awake even when you're sleepy, right? Just because the wind blowing in your face. But I would say this though, like
you're so silly.
But you know what though? How ironic when they was going through the bank trying to show that, hey, I'm in my right mind. When the bank had the freeze on it, that's when this little video came up, right?
Exactly.
The video came up. But she even said in the video, oh yeah, I went to the gym this morning. I'm going later tonight. So she's constantly out, but we haven't had another sighting of her since then. Why not?
No,
if she goes to the gym daily.
Her Instagram is dormant. It's just really weird. Like
there's nothing on the Instagram, Buzz.
Nothing on the Instagram. The last time it was something on the Instagram is when somebody put something on that story that I told you about. And I'm telling you, the way Kevin Jr. runs his Instagram, the way Kevin Sr. runs his Instagram, they run it the same way where they make a random story but don't have a lot of posts. They run hers the same way. I'm telling you, something is off. Because if Wendy was Wendy, like y'all said, I remember one time, and actually, this is actually proving your point. If what they're saying is true, that she was hospitalized during the pandemic and she had a nervous breakdown. They put her in the hospital and she came back. That makes sense because when Tasha K tried to expose her, she came out, like y'all said, with that magazine. And then, like, about a few days later, she even did a video. Remember? In that pink dress. You can even find it in that pink dress. She looked really nice. So I'm telling you, y'all right. She would have said something more direct. I was just trying to tell y'all that I thought the video was recent. And y'all kept saying it was, oh, no, I'm saying, no, it's recent. But I just don't believe it was, she was in her right mind. She just wasn't lucid. That's what I was trying to
look. I'm a woman enough to apologize, Buzz. And then I have a question for you. How do we get Kevin away from Wendy?
I don't know, because at first I was like, maybe they working. I honestly thought they was working together because she was pissed that Denmark Mercury had, basically fired her, like y'all said. Because I'm thinking, okay, if this were me, if I'm in my right mind and I'm dealing with substance abuse issues and I needed to get away, because this is what I heard from my source. My source was telling me that she needed to get away and she needed to be by family because she was having really bad issues with substance abuse. And she wanted to go to Florida because she couldn't really stay sober in New York, too many triggers. So she wanted to be near family. They didn't want her to do that. They basically wanted to send her somewhere really quick and then get her back on the show. Just basically throw her out there like Weekend at Bernie's, like Charlamagne had said. She didn't want to do that this time. She wanted to take more responsibility in her recovery, wanted to really get well this time. And that's where the disconnect became. And I was like, well, if that's the case, and they was mad that she didn't come back and they started leaking stories, because I still believe they were leaking stories to assist Wells Fargo in freezing her assets, which I think is still dirty on their behalf. I think, like Perry said, everybody around here is being shady. Wendy, for not making some type of opinion, but maybe she can't, like y'all said. She can't. Kevin, the producer, everybody is being dirty and messy, and I just hate it because this is a sad way to end, to be honest.
Everybody's being dirty and messy, but Kevin's being the most dirty and
shady. Oh yeah, I agree, and especially listening to y'all and what you said. Like Jerry said, everybody around here is being shady.
What happened?
Wendy,
what's that?
For not making some type of opinion, but maybe she can't, like y'all said.
Sound like V got a browser open? Because why is hers moving?
Oh, that is V. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead, Buzz.
No, I was just saying that you're right. Everybody's being messy, but he's the worst. Especially after listening to y'all, I'm like, oh yeah, now I definitely see it. I thought they was teaming up together because she's always saying she always got a plan. So I'm like, well, maybe they got back together to team up against Denmark Mercury because she was pissed. But I'm like, nah. She incapacitated. He taking advantage.
Yeah. She could have, if she was in her right mind, she could have came forward and ended all of this. Even the arguing between her and Denmark Mercury. So it's just something's wrong. So
I don't know. I don't know. This is sad. I mean, and then Tommy, all of a sudden, have y'all paid attention to his YouTube? He comes on, but he's been real quiet lately. Something is going on. Something.
No comment. No comment. Don't try to pull me in no mess, Buzz. Don't. No.
I wasn't trying to. I was just bringing up a point that he been MIA. So look, that's y'all telling me that y'all know where y'all boy is at. We just don't know where your boy is at.
I'm not. Harry, have you heard from your bestie?
No.
I believe you.
I haven't.
Well. Anyway, Buzz, sound off really quickly on Kanye.
All I gotta say is I know Kim is saying free at last, thank God Almighty, I'm free at last.
All right. Thank you, Buzz, for calling in. I appreciate the call.
All right, talk to y'all later. Bye.
All right, bye.
So funny. Hold on one second. V. Okay, she dropped herself. So let me pull up someone else. Hi. Nina?
You know it's me. You know it's me. What's going on? Listen,
you try to throw me off again,
you done made your debut. You done made your debut, Silver Fox. Welcome to the panel. Silver Fox, gray-haired diva. I don't know what to say. It's a shining star or something happening on with the panel. But listen, you see my picture, don't you? I got dropped the last time. You see my picture. I told y'all this was me about
Beautiful.
23 years
Beautiful.
ago when I was on drugs, right?
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna tell y'all where Wendy at. Y'all just listen to me now. Wendy is in Florida in treatment. They got her head in treatment. She ain't gonna say too much. Now that beach little thing, this probably was a little vacation, little time that she got to spend with little Kevin. She talking, she a little healthy in her right mind, whatever. She back in treatment. She in long-term treatment. She getting help for that drug addiction. That's where Wendy at in Miami. That's why you ain't what I tell y'all about Tommy. Perry, what I tell you about your friend? Come on now, Perry. What I tell you about your friend the first time he made that little appearance last year?
Uh-huh.
Now, Perry, you're going to have to choose wisely about your friends now. We can't have them on the stage. Messing up our show now. This our show now.
Nina is messy. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Ask me a question because I got an answer.
How do we get Kevin away from Wendy? Can somebody tell me, please?
Boot his ass right on now. I don't think Kevin. I think this just Kevin playing around on Twitter, trying to get some relevancy. And I just don't think he living off of little Kevin. Little Kevin.
That's
See,
so
I don't
bad.
think he really got nothing to do with all. I don't believe he got nothing to do with all this. He can file all the lawsuits he want. That money, Wendy was so hurt. I don't think he got nothing to do with this, unless
he doesn't have anything
they got
to do with
her
what?
in that
The money
house
part?
smoking that crack.
Oh God, Nina.
Unless they got her somewhere stashed and she all doped up. That's the only reason I can say that he got something to do with this.
He filed a lawsuit and he uses all her attorneys and she fired all her staff and she's not talking to anybody allegedly but the two Kevins.
You think he just moved to
how we
Florida
know
for no
that?
reason?
How we know that, y'all? We don't even know where she at.
No.
When in rehab? But anyway,
No,
this is
I
what I
can
want
tell
to
you
say.
right now. No. I've been through rehab 13 times, and I can tell you that all 13 times, the day after I got there, I could have went out and had a press conference the day after in the parking lot about any subject. So I don't know what she would have been effed up on to that degree where you can't talk for a year and what kind of rehab that is, but it's not any kind that I've been through, and I'm in Minnesota, and we are the rehab capital of the world.
What do you say about that?
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying she can't talk. No, once you go in the door, I've been to rehab only one time. It didn't take me but one time. So I applaud you for your 13 and you made it out. But I'm just going to say, once you go in that door, ain't nobody there to hold you back, say you can't do nothing. You can go right outside that door. I worked for treatment facilities for 15 years after that. So I do know the process. I've been clean off of crack for 19. So I do know the process. I'm not saying that she couldn't come out and hold no press conference. I'm saying she could do all of that. But when she went back in, that's just my view on it. She probably is in long-term treatment. Because you can go to treatment for up to 2 years in some places.
But you can still hold a press conference, is what he's saying.
You wouldn't let your whole career be flushed down the toilet, especially in treatment. If you had any right mind about you, you'd certainly be able to walk to the parking lot, make a statement, and save your career or your show. I would think.
Yep.
Yeah, well, that's what she thought she was doing when she was on that beach.
that beach video is 2 years old. We not
I believe
believing that
it is
video
too,
is relevant.
I believe it is too, V. I mean, gray hair. I believe it is too. But listen, that's what I want to say about old dumb Kanye. Like, you know what? This my thing. That's what you get. You get what you got, you old dummy. You know what I'm saying in my friend sample voice. I hope when he was really mentally ill, y'all know when he was out here pledging his loyalty to Trump and all that stuff, you know, he was really, he wasn't on no meds. He was really off his rocker, right? I hope Kim got him to sign over everything that she could get him to sign his initials on behalf of them 4 children that he got.
You gotta stop with all your compassion. You gotta stop with all your compassion.
No, I can't. Kanye then Kanye is Danye, dumb yay, and all that. Let them Kardashians with their smart self take him down through there. You hear me? That's what they getting ready to do. He need to cry.
I can't let you say
like
that about my brother
baby.
now. Now I wasn't gonna come up here and I was gonna leave Ye where he was, but we not gonna do that because they reportedly, allegedly, they had already tried to put him in a conservatorship. So they don't like.
Hold on, Inspiration.
Because they're dealing with
to put Kanye in a conservatorship.
Yes, because they employ Lou Taylor, which you may recall is tied with Britney Spears and some of these other people, and they've been very instrumental in tying people's money up.
Well,
they tried that. They may have tried that. So somebody's whatever their political reasons or whatnot, and so on and so forth. Let's not do that. Not do that.
No. I'm not. He can vote for who he wants to. He can vote for the prime minister of hell. I don't
Absolutely, because she was right up underneath that man too at the same time. Let's not forget the press conferences with her in them suits that she managed to put on the suit and cover up her what, and then managed to take them photo ops. So I mean, they used each other and did what they need to do for each other at this point, and time is up. I've been trying to help Ye, but let me tell you something. He just like I might have one or two baby daddies in Chicago. That's where I have my children. This is how Chicago men run, man. They can go do, but you can't go do. Yeah, so this is just normal to me. This a whole double standard to this day. My youngest father still is like, yeah, no, you can't. And I'm like, we better get it for 20
So Inspiration.
Well, Kanye didn't have that much power over Kim, though.
Hold on, Nina. Inspiration, you're saying that Kanye's pride is hurt?
Oh, absolutely. Your pride would be hurt too if she left you for that man. I mean, come on now.
Well, you know what?
Come on now.
You can have all the money in the world.
Let's not talk about Pete.
You can have all the money in the world, but once that third leg comes to play, ain't nobody think about no money.
I don't know about all that. I ain't get. Well, let me shut up. I'm gonna be off brand with that comment right there.
Well, I'm just saying that's what she with him for. She done been with every man on the earth.
Inspiration, sound off on Wendy really quick.
Lord have mercy, Jesus. Let me tell you something. What this proves to me is that Kevin is not behind the guardianship situation with the money, because if he was, he'd already be able to tie up her money. Okay. So he's not behind that. This is his money play, because if she's not bringing in any more money, then I think we may have said this already. His spousal support is going to go way down. Right. Just like Sherry Shepherd's ex, the child support's fixing to go way up. His is going to go way down. I didn't mean to bring her in there, but I'm just letting you know. So that's part of it as well. But let's also not forget some things too. When he was involved, she was on that show. Things were running the way they needed to. The money was coming in how it was supposed to. So they don't want to deal with him. And if there was anybody else in her family that she could at least count on to be sure that the bag was secured, they would do it. I don't know what's going on with her family at this point. Like, that's just shameful. But at the end of the day, Kevin can secure the bag, and that's been her love. You can't, as crazy as it is, she's been with this man all this time. She was with this man. Only reason they divorced is because Sharina had a baby.
No, that's not true. No. Don't do that.
She knew.
She knew. No, listen. Kevin was not a asset to Wendy. He was a burden to Wendy.
I agree, but in her mind, that's not the case. Is all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that's
what
true.
I'm trying to say is Kevin is Wendy's first and only love, right? Yeah. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm not saying that he, for all right, wrong, or indifferent, there's some truth to the fact that the thing ran the way it was supposed to. I'm not saying it was right. I'm just saying that it did. And so now she's in a position where she doesn't have the strong arm. She does not have the enforcer.
And
so that's why he's back. I mean, that's how I look at it. Like he
put in the paperwork, Sharrell, that everything went left once he left. And I don't like him, but it did go left once he left. Nothing was right ever since he left the picture. He was the method behind the madness. Right, wrong, or indifferent. And that's all she was used to. And she never did anything but for herself or what he said. He said, go sit in the chair. She went and sat in the chair. He said, remember when she fell out at that Halloween special? She said in her documentary, he told me to drink some water pretty much and get back out there. And that's what she did. She didn't go to the hospital that day, like right then and there. She went back out and finished the show. He was she was his workhorse.
Yep.
And she didn't know how to do anything without him. And she literally fell to pieces.
It was like an Ike and Tina situation.
Let me
Ike and Tina, but then Tina finally learned how to. But Tina finally learned how to do it on her own.
Agreed.
But for a long time, she
Jerry.
needed him to push her.
But she don't know.
Let me bring up some new callers. Thank you so much, Nina, for calling in. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you, Inspiration. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Nina Hart.
Good to see y'all.
Good to see you. Thank guys.
All right.
Your cat want to talk.
It's so cute. Before I do that, I'm going to take the time out. Todd, go ahead and shout out ENN and tell me what you got coming up.
Well, we're just getting ready. Thank you, first of all, again, Sharrell, for everything and for letting us come on. We are just getting ready for our first episode of season 2 that's released next week. And so I'm really excited about that. We're working hard behind the scenes. We're talking about the issues, of course, of self-worth and conquering fear during the pandemic and all sorts of good things on LGBT, healthcare, and me. And so we're just excited for our second season.
And how do they find your channel?
www.equitynewsnetwork.com.
So proud of you, Todd.
The YouTube channel's Equity News Network. Thank you.
Well, how about your YouTube channel?
That would be because, Perry had me change the name from Todd Barnes Reporting to Equity News Network so that it's the same. Okay. So we have Perry to thank for that. And we have Sharrell and Perry to thank for a whole lot. So thank you again.
All right. I'm going to finish taking calls. You're going to hang around, Todd? Because we're going over. Is that good?
I'm fine. Yeah.
Okay, you're good. Let's keep going.
Todd, congratulations for making it through your rehab all of those times.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's been a journey to get here, and I'm just glad to be well. Thank you.
Super Chat says her family can't control Wendy. If she's of sound mind or not under a conservatorship, it's her choice to listen to Kevin, unfortunately. Hi, Keeping Up. Is this your first time calling in?
My name is Keeping Up with Queen Tulsa. And thank you. No, this is actually my second time being on here. Thank you all for letting me come on. I wanted to say to Mr. Equity News, thank you for speaking on topics that really matter. I'm a part of the LGBTQ plus community, and that always helps when we have an ally. Now, what I will say, this is switching topic. Kanye was used by those Kardashians. Now he's using them to his advantage. And I'm having a field day with it. They used him just like they used all the other men. And I feel like, guess what? He did this during Black History Month. So shout out to him for making a stand during Black History Month. He drove them during Black History Month. Listen, he's not crazy. He's not stupid. Kanye is calculated, and he is a boss on top of bosses.
I'm going to faint. You are
It is what it is. Am I wrong? Where's the lie?
Well, you want to shout him out for Black History Month?
I mean, well.
Oh my God! You think Kanye is?
In my mind.
All right.
Sorry.
Go ahead. In your mind, go ahead.
I think she froze.
So in my mind, Kanye knew exactly what he was doing, and it's like he's just a mastermind. You got to congratulate him. We don't know the full story, but just keep watching. And I feel like the Kardashians, somebody needs to give those Kardashians a taste of their own medicine, and they got the right person to do it. And that's all I have.
Was it a part of his master plan when he hijacked Taylor Swift's speech?
Absolutely.
kind of wrong with him. Don't you agree?
Well, no, I feel like he knows the tactics to get people talking about him. And that's one thing that he's always been great about is getting in the headlines. Any type of celebrity needs some leverage or they have a product or they have something that they're working on, they're going to find any type of situation to get into the headlines. And it doesn't matter if it's good, bad, or indifferent.
Sebastian, sound off.
As long
I first want to sound off on Kanye and Kim. Then I'll go to Wendy. Kanye, you're doing the right thing, Kanye. I support you in 100%.
What is wrong with y'all?
All these years. Kim deserves it. Okay, Kim deserves it. Kim deserves it. Also, actually, that whole family deserves it. They're so chaotic. That family wasn't Kim Paris Hilton's stylist. Where's that happening now? I will always support Kanye in this type of craziness. Not all his craziness, but this type of craziness. Yes, Kanye. And that music video about you burying Skeet, keep doing it, Kanye. I don't like Pete either. Pete is a problem. Kim, you have issues. If you're leaving Kanye for Pete Davidson, you have a lot of issues. Kim, you have a lot of issues.
Yeah.
And also the judge better order a gag order on both of them on this situation. This is there's no reason for this thing to be in the public eye. Like, stop it.
Yeah, you're right. That's right. All right, sound off on Wendy.
Wendy, I've defended you forever, but you're not well, Wendy. You're not well. Wendy, you're not well. But I want to say,
do you see Perry up there smiling, Sebastian? Something's wrong with Perry.
No. I mean, because I like to see a young man grow.
Wendy's not well. I've supported you, Wendy. I'll still support you. But you're not well enough to come to the show, and you probably are in a rehab facility. You probably are. And also, I'm going to say this. The network is doing a great job by putting Michael Rappaport. I love Michael Rappaport. He's way better than Sherry could be times 10.
Also, are you going to start your Sherry rant today?
No, I'm not going to start my Sherry rant because she's irrelevant. If she could leave her child, she's irrelevant. So I'm not going to start
God damn. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. What else were you going to say?
Also, I feel like Wendy is probably showing early signs of dementia and stuff, like now with the new research and everything. Yeah. But also, it's very debatable because, like, I also see the rumors about her podcast thing, and maybe the real reason why she's not talking about it is due to the contracting thing. I'm just saying, Wendy, if you do have a podcast coming in, just know that that spousal support is gonna go way higher than it was initially. Kevin is trying to rob you for all you have. Yep. Look at why he's never married Sharina Hudson. And Sharina, you're the side chick. You always will be the side chick because you could never be what Wendy Williams was. Okay, is not was is. You could never be what Wendy Williams is. Also, this is what happens when you open your legs to married men. Close your legs to married men.
Oh, Sebastian! Oh my God!
Listen to Nene. You put yourself into all of this.
Okay, all right.
She put herself into all of this. Now the man, he might be supporting your restaurant and everything, but God forbid, what if he does the same? Not God forbid. Hopefully, what if he does the same thing he did to Wendy, and fathers a whole nother child with a whole nother person outside, especially that
I can't take it. Sebastian, you want Kevin to cheat on Sharina?
Well, you get them the same way you lose them.
I can't.
Sharina is just a thirsty person, and Kevin is so greedy for money. Like, this is the mother of your child. You've been with her for 20 years, and you're just trying to tarnish her. Like, why are you gonna do this? And also about him saying that he's done a lot on the show. I don't know when he got his communications degree, did radio for so many years. Kevin, you were never the star of the show. You never were, and you never will be, because it's called the Wendy Williams Show. It's not called the Wendy Williams Hunter Show. It's called the Wendy Williams Show. She earned that degree. She earned that spot, and she always will. And also, Sharrell, just be TW. Jen Shaw's trial has been pushed to July.
Yeah, I heard about that. Thank you, Sebastian. Remember when you were shy?
Maybe you guys inspired me.
What is going on? Like, you're taking some kind of pills? What is going on? Like, you used to be shy, and now you are reading for Phil.
You've been hanging out with Kanye.
You never know. I support Kanye in whatever he's doing. Kanye, I hope one day, I hope one day him and Kim could go into some place in peace. Like they can work their stuff out in peace and not in the public eye. Well, actually, Kim is just so desperate for attention anyways, because that's what her family does anything anyways.
Okay, Sebastian, I can't.
The only reason why you're famous is because of a tape.
All right. I gotta wrap it up. Thank you so much, Sebastian. I like the new improved Sebastian. It's killing me. I love it.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. Take care.
Later.
Thank you for calling in, Queen Tulsa. I appreciate it. Take care.
Bye, Queen.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Christy says, I just want to shout out my daughter who was accepted to Georgetown Law School today. Wow.
Congratulations.
That's what I'm
That's right.
talking about, Christy. A longtime subscriber. Congratulations to your daughter. That is quite an achievement and a hard thing to do. Georgetown, we used to live in the DC area.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, it really, really is. So thank you so much, Christy, and tell her we said congratulations.
Yes, congratulations.
Yeah. I'm going to have to end it here. I know V kept trying to. V, is everything okay?
Yeah.
What?
Did anybody notice I was gone?
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Well, first we were making a whole bunch of noises, and then
I know. Some things happened. But I wanted to be here for Sebastian's reading because he started off quiet like everybody else do. Something about this show. I don't know what it is.
Sebastian was reading, okay? Look at this. Someone said put Sebastian on the panel.
I think we better watch Todd. He's
we got our eye on Todd. What if Todd starts reading? What are we gonna do?
He'll be reading people in a month.
What if Todd come in with the fireman boots next week in the bulletproof vest?
We gotta keep our eye on Todd.
Todd, you better not change on us. We don't know what we do if Todd start reading. It would be funny.
I'm changing my name to Tay tomorrow.
All right, you guys. I got to end it here. I'm sorry if I didn't get to your call backstage. I know I have a long line, but I'm over already an hour and 15 minutes. So I'm over the hour is what I meant to say. I wanted to thank everyone for your super chats. Wait, before I do that, any last words, guys?
I'm good.
Because you didn't get a chance to talk.
I couldn't get back in. Let me tell you, once you get out, that's it. Don't try to get back in.
You know we have a line every day. I don't know what happened. It must have been an accident.
Well, I'll say this before you close out, Sharrell. I really wish Wendy well. I hope the end result is that they don't squander away all of the money that she earned, her hard-earned money. And, Kevin Hunter is doing what he did the whole 20 years that he was with Wendy. He only did this same type of behavior behind the scenes, so now we're getting to see it up front. It's sad.
Yeah. Harry, last words?
Well, no, I just, piggyback off Diva. Look, best wishes go out to Wendy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that part is real, health-wise and stuff, but somebody needs to help protect her finances. Because I feel like a lot of people are trying to get them right now.
Yeah. Todd, last words?
Yeah, prayers for Wendy. And I think it was Booker T. Washington who said, once you get the corner chair in the office, your only job is to protect that chair. Sadly, Wendy didn't. But everybody out there, wherever your chair is, protect it and be good to yourself.
We'll see it.
He's got to be the last one next time. That's good. V, can you top that?
Yeah. Prayers for Kevin. I hope I'm praying that he goes away.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow. Okay, wow. All right.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say. I wanted to thank everyone.
Too much.
Basically, wish bad on Kevin. I wanted to Thank everyone for your super chats. You don't have to support the channel, and you do. So I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you to everyone in the chat. Again, I apologize if I didn't get to your call. On 3, guys, let's say bye. 1, 2, 3. Bye, guys.
Bye.